Las Vegas, and welcome to Chris Garcia, the Conservative American, and I have a special guest with me today. I'm with Christof Catlin, and he's a very, very famous singer, and he's sung backup for Celine Dion. Christof, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm not famous yet, but I think the video's on its way to going viral. It's very exciting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very exciting.
So tell me what's going on.
Ask me a really specific question.
So you sung backup for Celine Dion?
No, it's a long story. I will tell you the long story, but if you want to know just what happened, Celine Dion stopped the audience, kind of just by chance. She just felt like had the whim to want to stop the orchestra at the end of her third song, Because You Love Me, in her set list. And she just wanted the audience, she had this need to stop the orchestra and have the audience sing with her. And so she sang, I want everybody to sing with me, and she sang, Because You Love Me, and she goes, I'm everything I am, and I just felt the spirit, and nobody else sang, so I went, and she heard me from like 120 feet away because I was not close to the front row seats because, those are expensive seats. And she just jerked, and she was just like, he's on top of it, and she's like, I think I'm going to hire him in my band. And she said, where are you? And I said, over here! So I just walked up to the stage, and you could see it in the video. You really should check out the link because I have to tell you, a lot of people ask me if I was a plant, and I really, this was not planned at all. It was really more of a prayer, and I can explain that backstory to you later if you want to hear more.
Yeah, I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I'd love to hear it.
I've been wanting to get this song that I sang on stage to her. By the way, I sang this song a cappella in her key, which is very, it's difficult to be a tenor, a man, and sing in a soprano or a Celine Dion key, but that was what I did because I felt like this was the moment that I had to make an impression and to allow her to hear this music. And to get to an artist like Celine Dion is very, very, very hard because she's guarded by all these people and these lawyers and management. And you don't just call up Celine and say, hey, I want you to hear a song. And you certainly don't always send it to management because management doesn't get it to her. She never gets to hear it. It ends up in the round file, which is known as the trash. And unless you and it's also deemed unsolicited material. And these are all legalities that protect the artist and liability and all this stuff. So it's become really hard to get even a stellar song to an artist like Celine, a diva, somebody who's known worldwide and has had a huge career. And so I knew that this was my chance. So I just told Maestro, which was her pianist, let's put it in her key. It's in the key of E natural, but I asked for a B natural. And when I asked for the B natural, the maestro gave me a B major chord. So that was very confusing. That's why I said, is that a B natural? Because I just wanted him to play a B natural. Because what he didn't understand was I wasn't in the key of B natural. I was in the key of E natural, but I didn't want to confuse him. I wanted him to just play a B so that I knew my starting note, because the starting note's on the 5 of the key. And this is all music stuff you don't need to hear. But anyway, she thought it was very funny. She said show off, and she called me a show off, and she was incredibly comedic. She's I don't think people give her enough credit for being as funny and as spontaneously comical as she really is. And she really saved so many moments on that stage. I have to say, I'm so grateful that she knows how to make people laugh in the audience, and she found it funny. I think she's truly genuine when she makes those jokes. Anyway, got the B finally, the second time around with the maestro, and then I just started singing a cappella the song I wrote, and it was very it was miraculous that she just stood there right in front of me, Celine Dion, and listened to me sing it. Not only I thought she was going to let me sing the first verse and stop me because she had a show. She was in the middle of her show. This was not just some random fundraiser event. This was her concert.
Wow.
And she stopped the show for 12 minutes total while I was up there. I was up there for 12 minutes with Celine Dion. And, even my mom said, she could have gotten you off at any moment. if she wanted to. She had a bodyguard. She could have said thank you very much and dismissed me, but she
Yes.
allowed me. Clearly, she was touched. I was singing to her. I wasn't singing to the audience. I was singing directly to her. She was standing right in front of me, probably 2 feet away from me, looking right into my eyes, and I was singing still to her, like I was singing to a friend. It was very intimate. Yeah, intimate. Funny enough, being in front of thousands of people.
Wow.
So it was an amazing moment, and I was.
You gotta still be on cloud 9.
I think I am a little bit. I'm pinching myself. I haven't had a lot of sleep. The last three nights, I've probably gotten maybe 10 hours of sleep in the last 3 days.
Uh-huh.
So that's really bad because usually I like to get about 8 hours each night. So it's been very exciting, and I've had to get up earlier than I normally do and go to bed later than I normally do. Last night I was writing a story for TMZ in LA.
Oh, wow.
On this, and they're going to search to see if they can get it up as a story on TMZ, and because it involves Celine Dion, the only, and I shouldn't say this because it's probably politically incorrect, but one of the few only living legend divas that are still functional and really can sing amazingly still. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah, she's like, you know, she hasn't gotten into drugs, she hasn't smoked her voice away like so many people, and yeah, she's respected her instrument. I think that's really rare for a singer to treat their instrument like a musician would, right?
Yeah.
So so I wrote a story last night. And I can send it to you guys too. I really should get it up on the internet. But it's the whole backstory. It basically talks about the magic behind this whole song. And I would like to tell you about that when you're ready to hear it.
Oh, wow. This is incredible.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Let me touch you a star.
Yeah, this talisman I'm wearing, this touched her. So why don't you touch that?
Wow, really?
Yeah, you feel the Celine energy?
That's incredible.
So by the time I got to the end of the song, by the way, I did the key change, I did the bridge. The band joined in with me a few times when they found the right chord, but it was really hard because, to be honest with you, this song still, I'm like, you know, I've been trained in jazz music and, you know, classically and all this stuff. It's a difficult song. It's not easy. And Celine Dion's gonna have no problem singing it, but what I'm trying to say is it's not like 3 chords are in it. There's a lot of chords in this song, lots of changes. So it was hard to follow. There's no way.
Has anything like this ever happened to you before?
Well, let's talk about Celine Dion. She told me that this has never happened to her before. In 1,028 shows, that was the 1,028th show of her concert. 1,028, number 1,028. And she said this was the first time ever in her show time in Vegas has ever had anyone from the audience on stage to sing. Ever. I was the first. Because she heard me from the audience. She heard me sing a gospel run and recognized that was a singer out there and wanted to see who it was.
How nervous were you?
When
you went up on stage?
You can see it on the video, and please, everybody, when you search the video, look for the HD version. It says HD. It's the best picture if you're a fan of Celine or whatever. You want to see her expressions and reactions. You can really see her facial expressions really clearly. You can see me clearly.
This is a great story.
And anyway, what was your question was? What was your question?
Nervous?
Was I nervous? Okay, I got nervous when I was
waiting for the call whenever you're ready.
Yeah. No. Thank you though. But for the moment that I was thinking, am I going to do this? Am I really going to sing still to Celine Dion now? Am I going to, you know, make or break this moment? Because if you don't do it right, if you really F it up, you know, this is it. That's it. You know, you had your moment and you're going to hate yourself for the rest of your life. Yeah. So that was really it. How does this man act in a moment that he's got to jump or stay? And I just jumped.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why everybody's calling me iron balls, and people are talking about my testicles. It's great. I have a whole story on. I have a friend, Jennifer Graham, who's singing on the demo for Celine. It's going to Celine. A beautiful demo, by the way. It's full orchestration, all this. And her name is Jennifer Grimm in Minneapolis, and she is calling me Bulletproof Balls. That's my new nickname in Minneapolis. In Princetown, and by the way, I want to honor Prince. This is his year anniversary of his death. He died a year ago on April 21st, today. And by the way, which is really synchronistic, another weird synchronicity, at the end of Celine Dion's show, she chose to end her set list with Prince tunes. And they were like having like purple laser lights and purple, like, everything purple and purple light.
Yeah.
And it was all Prince tunes, the last set. And it's just kind of funny that now I'm publicizing it for the first time, basically, in person, and it's on the day that Prince died a year ago. So give it up for Prince. He's a musical genius, and nobody's ever going to be like him again. And God bless Prince. I miss him. And that was another reason why I wanted to go see Celine. Not because she's going to die, but because I think she might just retire, and I won't ever get to see her sing. So that's why I went. That was my first concert with Celine, by the way. First concert I've ever seen with Celine Dion. So, and I get on stage with her for 12 minutes. Yeah. Oh, by the time I got done with the song, she asked me to send it to her, and it's on video.
Oh.
She says, "Please send me the music. I want." She said, "Where's the music? Where's the song?" And I said, "It's at home. It's on a CD. I didn't bring it. I didn't think I'd be seeing you today." And she said, "I want you to send it." And when she said, "I want you to send it," she said, "Sign the envelope, El Natural," in French. And forgive me for my pronunciation because I don't speak French. But it basically translates to "in natural," which is what I asked for the key. Yeah. And I said, "Be natural." Right. So she would remember it. She said, "I'll never forget that. El Natural. Sign it on that envelope like that, and I'll remember you." So yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Bulletproof balls.
Bulletproof balls. That's me.
Wow, it takes bulletproof balls to get up there and do that.
She said that if you watch the video, have you seen it yet?
No.
Okay, tell everybody to watch it and press like. Press like on the video. We need the positivity, and look at some of the positive comments. I have somebody, his name's Peter, but it's spelled Pieter. Look at his comments. He said things like, "This song would be perfect for could have been perfect for Whitney Houston, could have been perfect for Luther Vandross. This is a timeless melody," is what he said. And he's just talking about my composition like this, and he's like, "You've got to never stop believing that this is a great song for her." And he said without a doubt he would spend the money to buy the new album to hear that song with Celine Dion to record it. So it's just very exciting.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
You floating, I can kind of see. You're not really even seeing
I'm not really. Bulletproof balls is ascending now over the chair.
That's right. So tell me a little bit about your background in music.
Okay, well, I want to take this time to focus on Still. I will tell you about background, but I want to tell you about the backstory of Still. Okay?
Absolutely.
I wrote this melody. Don't tell Celine, haha. But she's actually getting the letter. It's all explained. I wrote this melody. It came to me 13 years ago, and I don't know if 13 is a lucky number for anybody, but it came to me 13 years ago. It was a melody. I just happened to have the tape rolling, and I was recording, and I didn't even know it was recording, and I sang this melody a cappella, and it just came to me. I kind of channeled the melody. I don't know if you guys are composers out there, but sometimes composers just hear a melody in their head like a ghost, and they just write it out, and if you don't get it out then, forget about it. You're never going to hear it again. Right. So I wrote it down, I recorded it, I actually had it rolling at the time, and was blessed to capture it. Then I didn't know what to do with it, so I let it rest for a few years, and then came back to it a few years later, and put some lyrics to it. I asked this melody what it wanted to be called, like as a spirit, and it had a very haunting feeling to it, as you can probably hear on the recording, a very haunting, sentimental feeling. And it spoke to me and said it wanted to be called Still, because it had a looming, kind of hovering, maintaining quality about it. It haunts you, so still, right? I mean, still is a perfect word. It's still happening. It's still here. It's not gone. It has a staying power. So then I wrote the lyrics to it. It came really naturally at that moment, and then I recorded it myself. And it just didn't, it was good, but it just didn't have, there was something missing in it. So I put it aside. I came back to it a few years later after that. And Whitney Houston was looking for new material. And I just ran into a contact who knew Dionne Warwick, and he said that he
one
would.
of my favorite singers.
Yeah.
I love Dionne.
We'll talk about her in a minute. Anyway, he said that she would get it to her because he loved the song, and she ended up loving it. I guess Dionne Warwick spoke about it and said it brought tears to her eyes, which is just amazing to get that phone call. And this was in LA at the time, and I was tickled pink that this was happening at the moment because I knew Whitney Houston was one of my faves growing up when I was a kid. She's the one that got me into gospel and all this stuff. Okay, and being a little white boy that sang like a little black boy was kind of crazy in my Christian school because I did. Thanks to Whitney, I guess. Anyway, I did try to send to Whitney. By the time it got to her, they said they'd already completed the set list for her next album, which was her last album, by the way, everyone. So that last album she did. And then a few years after that, as everyone knows, she passed away, sadly.
Yes.
Just tragically gone. And I thought that was I knew then that there was only one person in the world left that could sing the song, and it was Celine Dion. So I just knew I had to get to her, because like I said, who's left? Whitney Houston, okay, she's gone. Michael's gone. Who else? And it's got to be a female, because this is a female diva song. This is not a guy's song, really. I would have done it if I thought it was a guy's song. It's a girl's song, and a female song, and a woman's song. Somebody not even a girl, like a woman, like a developed, lived, somebody who's had some life experience, because it has that kind of depth to it. I wouldn't want a 14-year-old girl singing it. So Celine was the only one on my list that I could think of that would be able to sing the song. And then when Renee passed, it became even more evident that this lyric was relevant, because the first lyric goes, to not bore you, still there's a part of you that lives in me. Still I can close my eyes and you I see. And what's interesting about that is Celine has actually said that when she was nervous and sad about Renee's passing, she said he was always out there in the theater, and now he was gone. She said she just closed her eyes to start the set list, and she just imagined seeing him in the audience. And so she's already doing that. She's already closing her eyes, and Renee she is seeing in her mind's eye. So it's kind of meant to be
the love of her life.
Yeah, it was the love of her life.
Wow. Exactly. Someone hear you sing a verse.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course.
Oh my God. Hi, boss. What? Okay, so I will sing a verse, but I want you guys to watch the video, because I want you guys to see the magic moment that happened with me and Celine on stage. That's the most important thing, because I had that pressure. Still, there's a part of you that lives in me. Still, I can close my eyes and you I see. We climbed up the mountain. We fell down to the bottom. And suddenly the love we made went wrong. And now you're gone. Still every day I think of you in every way. I try not to, but love remains and always will. You couldn't know the things you do to me. I never said the words to make you see the way that I love you, that no one is above you. If I could have the chance just one more time, I'd make you mine. Though friends may say there is no way, I know I will wait till the day you come and say you love me still. And this is the bridge. My darling, I will always be in love with you eternally. I'll be right here, make no mistake. I love you, my dear, as long as it takes. And then there's a key change. Till then I'll see you in the usual way. Till then I know there will be hell to pay. My days spent without you, the nights I long to hold you, and every other moment in between, I'll make my dream. You come back home to me again. You look at me and smile when you hear me say, I love you in her key. So give it up for Celine, because Celine's going to sing this out of the ballpark.
Oh, wow.
And I just know that she's going to amaze everyone with it. So.
You know, when you were singing, the only other person I could see singing that male is Michael Jackson.
Michael and
God he would have sung that.
Yeah, you're right. And Quincy Jones would have produced it. And I would have been there in the studio watching and drooling on the mixing board.
And you know what? You want to know why? Because what I like about your voice, you got a little jazz in it.
That's right. Yeah, I do.
I love that.
I love Cheryl.
People don't know about the little off keys that you.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
I love Michael.
Now you're mine.
People don't know about that.
People don't know, but the musicians did, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But the thing was, like I said, this chart. You should see this chart. There's a lot of chords, and there's a lot of changes. So even I think a jazz player would have to look at it a couple times.
That's so tough to sing in those octaves.
And you're, like I said, that once again too, that was not my key. I'm trying to get people to see that it's a girl song and that they need to see it a female like a Celine singing.
Yeah,
I could sing it in the guy key, but then you'd think it's for Tom Jones, not for Celine. But so I love Tom Jones. He's the best, right? He's the best. I love Tom Jones. Look up Tom Jones when you get a chance after you look at my video.
Sexiest man alive.
He's the best.
Nobody moves his pelvis like.
I'm serious. There's Elvis and then there's Tom Jones.
That's right there.
And by the way, I called Celine Dion a lady, and I think she was insulted because I think it's got a stigma today where women think that if you say lady, that means old lady, like crotchety. Right. And I grew up it was ladies and gentlemen. It was if you're a gentleman, you're a well-mannered man. You got class, and if you're a lady, you have class, and you have intelligence, and you have grace, and you have you have sophistication.
Even when you say ma'am today, and that was big when I was
exactly. Yes, ma'am, right? And she said, lady, she said, I'm not Mariah, I'm Celine. And that's the moment on the stage where she's like, I'm not Mariah, I'm Celine. And she's like, woo! That's what she does. And I think that made her a Mariah song. I don't know what she was doing there.
A couple of divas right there.
Right there. And I was right between two divas. Right. I'm like, I'm not trying to, I just called you lady. But you know what? If she wants me to call her a woman, that's fine. She's a woman. But I was thinking Tom Jones. She's a lady. Whoa, she's a lady. Oh yeah. Yeah, and just lady. She's a sexy lady. So Celine, I was calling you a lady. I wasn't calling you a lady. I was calling you a lady. All right. Don't misunderstand.
You got a male voice. You can sing.
Somewhere in there. Yeah. I got it. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. So, anyway.
Talented, Chris.
Thank you very much. Well, this is the goal. We're going to get this to Celine. She told me, I want you to send it. So, I don't care who you are, if you're a manager at Celine Dion. She told me to send it to her. All of her fans are so excited. There's over 21,000 views already on the video.
Oh, wow.
In 36 hours, less than 48 hours.
Wow.
And it's going viral. All the fans are saying, please, Celine, record this. They're going crazy. So if you want to go on YouTube and check it out and press a like on that link, that'd be great because I'm trying to get this song to Celine, and she told me to get it to her, and she's going to probably record this song. And I'm going to suggest that David Foster produces this track for her because he's the best.
He is the best.
If not him, Quincy Jones.
Can I put something in there because I am a little producer here, a little rinky-dink.
Okay.
Can I come watch?
You can come watch. I was going to say, you can't produce Celine Dion.
No, I'm not saying that. I was saying invite me to watch. Because I don't know, I was thrown into my gigs.
Yeah. Okay, I will ask Celine if she says okay, you can come.
Thank you.
All right.
Then
I would love to learn.
Christof, what do you want to do? Do you want to?
Well, I am an artist, obviously. I've been writing music for a long time. For the last 3.5 years, I wrote probably about 3 albums of good music for myself. Not covers for people. I have a cover for Kelly Clarkson, so watch out, Kelly. I'm going to send you a new hit. You just wait and see. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm actually, in my heart, I really believe I have a great song for you. And I can't wait to share that with you. If you're listening, or anybody else that's listening that likes Kelly Clarkson, she's another song that I'm trying to get a song to. That's a great song. But anyway, me. I'm a soft rock, alternative rock artist. I play piano. Think maybe Billy Joel meets Coldplay meets Smashing Pumpkins. That's me. So that's my twist, and my goal is to find a great trio of musicians, a bassist, a drummer, and a guitarist, and just tour the world and sell my first album and touch the world with my music because I have great songs.
But in your heart, you're a performer.
I'm a performer. I'm going to be on stage. Yep. Till I'm as old as Billy Joel, and I'm still doing it. So
What's astonishing to me is that how few performers were just great writers. People don't know Michael Jackson damn near was a better writer than he was. Some of the songs that he wrote for other people.
You forget about that. What songs?
I just my mind goes blank, but I know he's wrote #1 hits for so many.
Yeah.
There were a few #1 songs that he performed himself. He actually had wrote for other people.
Wow.
And they were like, no, Michael, you do it. He wrote You Are Not Alone for someone else.
Oh,
and they were like, you're the only person that can sing that, Michael. But he wrote it for somebody else. And Prince was the same way. How many hits did he write for other people? And Taylor Swift is the queen at that.
Yeah. I didn't know that really, but I'm listening.
Since the age of 12, when she went to Nashville, she was writing #1 hits.
Already, yeah.
Already.
That's good.
I mean, Little Big Town, that's like my favorite group, and she wrote like 3 songs off this new album. And they all have gone #1. She is an incredible writer.
Wow.
So don't stop writing.
I'm not going to stop. I can't. This is the thing. Believe it or not, I know it may not sound like, but I'm a manly man. I'm a sailor. I actually did sailboats, competed in regattas, and I can tie a knot like nobody's business. And I can build a tree house.
More manly than me. I can't do nothing.
I can skin my elbow to the bone and just be mad. Wish because I hate the healing process. I wish I were more of a Wolverine, just look down, whatever, it's healed.
Yeah.
But the thing is I have trouble crying. I don't cry really ever, and since I don't cry, I have a piano that I can go to and I can write a song, and that's my way. And that's my way. It still is really like a special song to me, but it's not for me. I knew that this song wasn't for me to sing.
You don't think so?
No, I know it. It's gotta be Celine. I mean, who else? Maybe Kelly Clarkson, but I like Celine on it. I think it should be someone who's even lived a little longer and had a little more experience. I really think so. A little more depth. Yeah. I don't think a 21-year-old should sing this song. No, I don't think they should. I think they could. But I don't think they should. Could and should rhyme, but they're different.
You're an artist. You are. Yeah, because a 21-year-old should. They don't even know what that means.
No, and even if they did, it's like, God, let's not do it. Let's not do it. Let's have somebody who lost their husband of 30-some years sing that. Then everybody's going to relate. Right?
I know, Celine she's gonna record the song, right? I can feel it. The
it.
only other person I can see.
Here, say that again. Hold my
telephone.
telephone.
Celine is gonna record this.
Yes, she is. Number one song.
The only other person I can see singing this, and of course, male Michael Jackson. Female, I know this might be a little out of left field for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
I can see Mary J. Blige singing.
Really? But I thought
it would be different.
I thought Whitney would have nailed it.
Whitney would have nailed it. But I think Mary would put a little salt. She would put a little of that hurt onto this.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The hurt rasp.
The hurt rasp.
Yeah.
I think she was.
Yeah.
I can see her start, getting into it. I think I'm telling you.
I was very hopeful that Whitney was going to have her turnaround on that album. I thought she would have. God, I hope I don't get into hot water for saying this, but that album I hoped was going to be was going to be better. I mean, because she hadn't rehabilitated her voice yet. Okay, I mean, look, you can't sing with a cold, and you can't sing when you still haven't gotten completely healthy, right? And now you're trying to be a diva, and Clive Davis is saying, okay, well, got to get the album out now, and you're not ready. You might need 2-3 more years to rehabilitate your voice.
Even Aretha needed time.
Even Aretha, yeah, I'm sure she did. I don't know her story, but
she was sick for a while.
Yeah. And smoking does a lot of damage, and you gotta rehabilitate. You gotta come off the drugs, and you gotta detox and all that stuff. And anyway, so I think it was meant to be that Whitney didn't do it because Celine's going to do it so much better. I mean, she's going to be flawless.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
She's got a beautiful voice.
And now that she's lost this amazing person in her life, it's just more relevant to her heart.
Yes.
It's more relevant to her heart. So
I think he was in the audience for a reason.
that's right. And by the way, there's a backstory. Can I tell you? I'm going to shorten it. Okay. So I ended up wanting to get this to Celine after Renee had passed. It was like so evident that I had to.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been talking to people in Vegas, and some people knew this guy, and some people knew that guy, and all this stuff. Okay, whatever. Well, I go to a dental office about a year later, not about a month ago, and I get my teeth cleaned and my X-rays. When they're checking me out to make my follow-up appointment, the lady behind the desk, the woman behind the desk, says to me, "What's your name?" And I said, "Christof Catlin." And she said, "Catlin?" She said, "I had a girlfriend in high school in Chicago that I grew up with named Catlin, Jimmy Catlin." And I said, "That's my mother."
Are you from Chicago?
No, I'm from Minnesota.
Okay, I'm from
But
Chicago.
my mom grew up in Chicago. So listen, she said Jimmy Catlin was my girlfriend in high school, good friend of mine, grew up together. Jimmy Catlin. And I said, "That's my mother. This is a perfect stranger that I'm meeting." And suddenly, now this reunion's unfolding. My mom's calling her. They're talking after years of not talking. Oh my God, I can't believe that my son found you in Vegas. The synchronicity. And it became even more meaningful. She was wearing this medallion that had 13 in it, representing her 13 years of marriage. 13 years ago, I wrote this song still. And what became even more meaningful is when she told me that her connection, she said she could get a song to Celine for me.
Wow.
What the heck, right?
Unbelievable.
And then on the way before I left the house on this concert day, on the 12th of April, I was in my closet.
Oh, almost the 13th, though.
Yeah, I was in my closet where I say my prayers. And I said a prayer with this talisman that I'm wearing now. And I said to the universe, please, God, guide me, Spirit, guide me with this concert. Help this experience of me watching Celine Dion energize me getting this song to her.
Wow.
And then on the way to going to the theater, I thought to stop by to see Debbie. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that. To see this woman that doesn't have a name to protect the innocent, and she's at her dental office, just to drop in and say hello. And I said, "Hey," I gave her a hug, and I said, "I'm going to see Celine." Now remember, she's the one that has got this contact. Now she didn't want to send it to Celine until she had the right moment. She said she wanted to wait for the perfect moment to send it to her. She didn't want to just call up this contact at first. Okay. So I give her a hug. I said, "I'm going to see Celine in concert." "Oh, great, have a good time. She's fabulous, right?" So I go to the show, and the rest is history. I end up getting up on stage with Celine Dion for 4
Did
minutes.
Celine call your name? Did that?
No.
No?
I did a gospel run from the audience as loud as I could,
Wow.
and nobody else in the audience sang. So I was the only one that sang. When she decided on this particular day, she just happened to stop the orchestra and wanted to hear the audience. Nobody sang in the theater but me. I mean, gosh, I deserved being up there. I mean, nobody else sang. I was the only one.
Wow.
And she heard me from like 120 feet away, and she jerked, and everybody started laughing. You got to watch the video. I mean, you could cut the tension with the knife.
Wow.
It was amazing. Everybody was laughing, and they couldn't believe that somebody actually sung that loud in front of everybody. And she just said, "I think I'm going to hire him in my band." She said, "Where are you?" And I almost felt like Celine Dion was looking for me. It's like she was trying to find me, and I'm like, "I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here." It's kind of like the sea of life. You're lost at sea, right? You're a musician. You're trying to make it in the music business. You want to share your music with these amazing people, and you can't because they're so protected by all of the lawyers and all of the execs and all this stuff that you can't get to them. They have bodyguards. They have this. They have that. They have management. You're not going to be able to get to them. And in the sea of life, I was saying, "God, send me a ship." And then the ship was Celine Dion. She said to me, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm over here." And she says, "Come on up here. Come shake my hand." And that's how it started. She says, "You got pipes, baby." That's what she said to me.
We're out of time today, but I want to thank you so much for watching my show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Every time you touch me, man, you got power, man. You got power from God. Like, God is like, really, I can tell. One of my things I always say, I wasn't born with great looks or a great body, but God always gave me the spirit and the ability to see somebody's future. And I usually touch people and I get a read. When you touch me, it just went whoop. And what I saw was a star. right?
Oh my
And
God.
what you're going to do is there's going to be a kid out in the audience one day.
That's
And
right.
you're going to call him up there.
That's
And
right.
he's going to be like,
He's going to be
Christof
amazing.
You're going to do the same thing.
I'm going to do the same
Right?
thing.
Don't
Absolutely.
forget that. You remember that. There's a
Absolutely.
kid out there with some pipes.
There's a kid out there
And
with
you
some
call
pipes.
him up there. He's
That's
gonna be
really
looking for
cool.
you.
I like that.
And you call him up there.
Okay.
And I'll tell you another thing you do to him. Give him that when he comes up there.
Give him my talisman. All right.
And then he's going to give it to the next one he comes up.
It's the talisman. It's the power of the crystal.
Remember I said that. You take that off and you and he's not even going to want it. He's going to say, give it to me. You put it around his neck and you say, you're going to be a star. You know, when you're up there, you call a kid up there. I will give it to him.
We have to pass down the torch one
That's it
time.
there. That's what that is.
You have to pass it. Patty LaBelle said, when you've been
Torch, brother.
when you've been blessed, it feels like heaven. Pass it on. And I always believe that.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is my friend right here,
This
man.
is your name, first and last?
Chris Garcia.
Chris Garcia, and I'm Christof Catlin. Great. I'm so glad to have met you.
Oh,
This is
wow.
wonderful.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you so much for the positivity.
Wow.
And everybody, positivity, guys.
That's
I mean,
right.
we need so much positivity. We have it, and thank you so much for getting on board with us.
That's right. What a beautiful voice, man. Christof Catlin, I'm telling you, he's going to be a star. I'm just so blessed, man. I didn't know what was going on. My wife was telling me about this guy, but he was a sweet guy, unbelievable. God had a plan for him. You were at that concert, and she called you. She was looking for you, just like you said. And you're going to call up a kid one day up on that stage.
That's
Don't
right.
forget that, man.
That's
Keep
right.
it going.
That's right.
Christof Catlin, I'm telling you right now, he's going to be a superstar. Watch my show, push like, let it go viral. Please look up his video. I'm telling you right
gotta
now.
see it.
you
Look
gotta
up
see his
HD.
video. Go
HD.
ahead. HD.
The
Look up
HD one.
HD one.
April 12th, 2017 HD. That's the best picture. You can see Celine's face really clearly.
Wow. Look up that video. I'm telling you right now, this dude is a superstar. My wife was over there in tears when he was singing. She doesn't
Oh
do that.
my God.
She doesn't do that unless you are really touching her.
Wow.
So that's,
Thank you.
wait till she hears Celine sing.
Celine
Well,
is going
Celine
to knock
sang-
it out of the
Oh
ballpark.
my gosh, she's got one of them.
That's and
Oh,
God bless her, she's a soprano.
yeah.
I'm a guy. I got a couple of inches of steel, but I'm a guy.
Thank you so much for watching today. God bless America and God bless our troops. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but Godspeed to our president. He needs the help. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you,
watching.
thank you.